What's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Gen X Army Vet here with 3 videos coming from TikTok. As you read in the title, you can see in the thumbnail that this former Virginia school teacher, she was pew-pewed by one of her 6-year-old students back in 2023. And as I've done videos, well, 2 videos in the past about how teachers are fed up with the students, how they act, their complete disregard for authority, how they don't want to listen, they don't care what type of punishment you try to put on them. They just choose not to want to behave and learn. And this is another example right here where we have a 6-year-old kid, six, this many, you know, brought a pew pew to school, knows how to use it, and shot her. That's where we are. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
What is the last thing you remember that day at the school?
The last thing I remember at the school. Obvious, I thought I was dying. I thought I had died. I thought I was either on my way to heaven or in heaven, but then it all got black, and so I then thought I wasn't going there. And then my next memory is I see 2 coworkers around me, and I process that I'm hurt, and they're putting pressure on where I'm hurt.
What is the
Imagine going to school, have your lesson plans, you get ready to, nice day, you teach your kids, they're 6, so what harm could a 6-year-old possibly do? Apparently a lot. They got a hold of, well, this young boy, this little black kid, got a hold of either his mother or father's gun, most likely the mother, because, those type of situations is, single parent household. He got the gun, brought it to school, and doesn't want to listen to the teacher. So when she tells him to do something, he decides to just pull it out, and use it. She still has bullet fragments, in her chest, and hit her in the arm. She put her hand up to try to, that's what people do. It's like just a reaction, get ready to be shot. Put it up, went through her hand, apparently damaged her hand, arm, went into her chest, and she still is like right next to her heart. So she, still has fragments in her heart. So can you imagine, just thinking that you're gonna die, all of a sudden now you're being rushed to the hospital, life-threatening injuries, could have killed you, just like that. Let's get these comments. Her testimony was powerful and heartbreaking. It's unimaginable being in such a life-threatening situation, and her courage in sharing her experience sheds light on the importance of safety in schools. The failure to act on clear warnings is alarming. So basically, her and her fellow teachers, they made numerous attempts to tell, the principal, yo, this kid, we believe this kid has a gun. We believe, because we hear reports about it from other students, and we believe this kid has a gun. You should do something. Apparently, nothing happened until he got to her class, and yeah, we all know the story. 6 as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 years old. That's first grade. I thought I was in heaven. Then it got all black. I thought I was going to be, going there. Broke me. 6 as in like born in 2017. Yes. I pray she wins every cent she's suing for. She sued for 10 million, 40 million, but she only ended up getting 6. 10. So still, I think she got more because, you don't go to your job, expect to be shot, especially a job like this. I can see maybe, the military, we're expected to go through danger, police officers, fire department, stuff like that. We're expected to go some level of danger, but not a school teacher. Although we know that, the mass shootings that have happened over the, past decade or two, but still, it's one of those lower level jobs where you don't expect something like this to happen.
Wrapped up for Abby Zwerner's $40 million lawsuit against former assistant principal Dr. Ebony Parker after Zwerner was shot by her 6-year-old first grade student in January 2023. Prosecutor Diane Toscano did not come to play and firmly laid out why they believe Ebony Parker not only dropped the ball with stopping the shooting, but almost welcomed.
That's her right here. This is the assistant principal. Didn't do a damn thing. So, yeah.
The shooting by literally doing nothing to prevent it. And when I say she did nothing, I mean she didn't even look up from her desk when she was first told about the possible weapon on campus. The prosecution said Ebony Parker was told either directly or indirectly by 4 adult employees and
4 adult employees, so 4 other teachers tried to tell her, and she chose not to do anything. So there's either something going on between her, the assistant principal, and that specific teacher, Abigail Zwerner, you know, a like, dislike, I don't know. Or she just couldn't be brought up, you know, just too busy or didn't care or didn't want to believe it because it involved a black student. She didn't want to do anything about it. And now here's a result. And now she's going to be brought up on charges for gross negligence.
3 6-year-old students at the boy, who they're referring to as JT, had a possible weapon. Potential threat to administration was policy. They also said Dr. Ebony Parker told multiple adults they were not allowed to search the boy.
Yeah, it went through her hand, so she got nerve damage. It pretty much shattered bottom parts of the bone in her hand here, all of this. So she put it up like this, went through here. Because you know she didn't do this. She probably did like this and right to the chest.
Allowed to search the boy because he was on a plan. It was almost the end of the day and his mom would be there soon. Their argument
on a plan. So it's like something like that AEP or like whatever little, you know, ISP. I forgot. I don't know how to what his school is, but like the little learning plan. So he's a special kid or, you know, having issues, you know, mentally, you know, psychologically, socially. So let me go back to that again.
Almost the end of the day and his mom would be there soon. Their argument is that Ebony Parker was busy that day because it was retest day. Seriously, imagine being so busy that a first grader running around the playground with a gun wouldn't stop you dead in your tracks.
Yeah, I hope she loses her job. No, she's gonna I hope she goes to prison because, like I said, gross negligence. She didn't even care for the teacher's safety or the safety of the children, at least. You just put her head down. Oh, I'm too busy. Retest day. That's some old bullshit.
But that teacher who that 6th grader brought that gun to school and shot her, well, she got $10 million.
Okay.
But here's the gag. She ain't get enough.
Yeah, exactly.
She didn't get enough. So Abby Zwerner, the first grade teacher who was shot by a 6-year-old at Rickett Elementary School in Newport News, Virginia, has been awarded $10 million by a civil jury. The jury found the former assistant principal, Ebony Parker, ignored warnings that the kid had a gun in his backpack, which allowed for the January 2023 shooting to happen. Zwerner said and claimed that multiple educators reported the student's behavior and possible weapon, but Parker failed to act. The jury reached a verdict that after 6 hours of deliberation, Zwerner's attorney said that the decision sends a message that safety has to be the first concern. Reports will never forget the look on his face that he gave while he pointed a gun directly at me. The shooting left Zwerner with serious injuries, including a bullet still lodged in her chest, 6 surgeries, and a life forever change. Baby, I don't know what type of, baby, if the school board didn't have enough damn money, you needed to sue the doggone state. And you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you said, you know, the entire bullet wasn't still lodged. It's the fragments of that bullet. So therefore, she most likely got shot by maybe a hollow point because, like you said, it hit her hand, then went inside because a full metal jacket, it would have shattered her hand, but it would have been more, you can pull it out. But as far as, you know, like I say, a hollow point is designed to hit something solid and peel back on itself and leave the fragments to make it harder to close back up.
You try to sue Donald Trump. You needed to sue the parents. You needed to sue where they work at. I am sorry. Don't get me wrong. $10 million is enough money for invested right and did right for anybody to live out the rest of their days, but that's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough because, like I said, she has permanent nerve damage in her hand now, and she still has the fragments lodged. So it could pose a possible health risk later on. You know, if it keeps on moving around, it could do something. You know, with toxic lead poisoning and stuff like that for the rest of her life. So this lady, this teacher right here, let me this her gross negligence is what caused this lady's harm. All she had to do was go in there, talk to the kid, search his bag.
Because
This wouldn't
first
even
and
happen.
foremost, the lawyer gonna get 33 and a third of
Yep.
that. The lawyer got 33
To
and a third, so
taxes.
that left her with 6.7. That left her with 6.7
Get
million.
taxes.
That's just not enough for me. Not for me to be
They
walking
probably
around
drop it down to around
and got
3 or
shot,
4, 3.5,
still got
4.
a bullet lodged in my doggone chest, and have to live with the PTSD of a 6-year-old pointing a gun in my face. Y'all did not give that lady enough money. She was not paid enough for her pain.
Nope.
Baby, I would have to sue again. Somebody said sue the NRA. Now that she sued the school,
You
I
can't
need
you,
to sue the parents next. I didn't get enough.
you
I
can't
need at least 30.
you can't sue the NRA. They're too big of an organization because it's not the NRA's it's not their fault. Again, it's not the gun, it's the person who has the gun. We can't keep saying it's the gun because a gun, like I said, you can let it sit here all day long, nothing to ever happen. No one comes and does it. Like me, here, I don't even have to put a lock on it because I'm not crazy enough to go do anything with it. No one else is gonna come mess with this gun. So it's the gun and the failure to, lock the gun up and secure the gun so that 6-year-old wouldn't be able to get hold to it. You know, it's like I said, it's on the parent too. So the parent's gonna be going through some shit. This lady, this teacher or the principal is gonna go through some shit because of she didn't take action. So, people are gonna, oh, it's a racial issue. Like I can see it happening now. No, it's just you chose to not do your job. Provide protection for your subordinates, which is the teacher, and provide protection or care for those students, other students that could have, gotten pew-pewed also. Well, let's get into these comments here. I agree it wasn't enough. She could have lost her life. Exactly. That's why they raised it high. So they went 40 and she got 10. So if they would have probably went 60, she probably would have got maybe 20, 15 or 20. Because like I said, with taxes and the lawyer taking that 33%, it's going to drop it down. So she's going to be left with the rest of it. Still not enough. Because like I said, it's going to affect her quality of life moving forward. Like you see, she can't grab certain things. And then what if she was left-handed? Like she's forever damaged. Who pays that money to her? School's insurance, yeah. Okay, that's going to hurt the school indeed. The state ruled that the district was not liable and could not be sued. There's a criminal trial starting for the assistant principal. Yep. That little boy mama in jail. She's going to be. Agreed. He shot her. She could have died. Yep. Definitely not going. Didn't sue for enough. Should have had to be scared to go to work thinking the children you're teaching will do this to you. All the therapy and mental trauma she will have. Yeah, she needs more. Should have got her asking price of $40 million. That's why they normally set it high, because when they see stuff like this, they can't just not give her anything. So the higher you set it, they go back down to a lower number. So if they would have said for 10, they probably would have gave her 5 or a little bit less. Set it for 40, hoping maybe 20 or 15, they gave her 10. So the higher you set, especially a gross negligence like this, you're more likely to get more. But yeah, though, it's like, this is crazy, this story, how it come out to be, how she got shot for someone not doing her job. That's all it is. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment down below. Did you guys hear about this story? I remember hearing about it, but I really didn't pay too much about it because, it didn't happen over where I live. But now it's popping up on TikTok. It's just starting to go around because this case just happened at the end of July, at the end of October this year, where she was awarded this money. So it's just recently where she just won it. So good for her for winning, but like you said, she's got more. Anyway, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give the homeboy a thumbs up as I'm trying to get to 4,000 by the end of the year. I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.